Hello viewers, here is a Lasko UltraForce box VN. This is a late 90s model, very uncommon model. It was only under production for a short period of time. There is also a version of the UltraForce VN which utilizes the pedal blade set. This one, of course, utilizes the D-blade set. This is a very special fan because this particular unit was sent in by a viewer, not even like a long-time viewer or somebody I know, just a random person that found the fan at a local thrift store in their area, and they had searched it on the computer and they came across my video and they just felt compelled to send it to me. So they wrote me an email and they asked if I would want it, and I said absolutely. So we made an arrangement for shipping. I paid them for the shipping, which this was a couple of years ago. I think the shipping was about $18 which is incredible considering what it would cost to send a box fan halfway across the country today. And they sent it over, and here it is. And I'm really glad that they sent it, because I do have another one of these that I found locally, but it was in really bad condition. And this one is in immaculate condition. The blade isn't even really warped. It still has the original stickers that it would have come with on the side. It also has the original feet, which is half a miracle because these things always break and go missing, yet somehow these have survived. And these are not really replaceable because these are different shape and size than the ones that they make today. So it's really neat that these were present. This VN utilizes the infamous Marco shaded pole motor with all this ridiculous stuff on the guard to block the airflow. There is a fair bit of dust in the motor, so it looks like this would have been cleaned at least once in its life. Perhaps it got cleaned before it was donated to the thrift store. There are, in fact, some people out there that just do nice things. They're getting far and few between, it seems, but I guess there still are people left that would clean up a fan before they donate it. The thermostat knob and the control knob are all present. It's missing on the other one that I have, and this is all cracked and broken, but on this instance it's in perfect condition. It is kind of yellowed, and so I wouldn't really trust to carry it with this too much anymore, but cosmetically it's all there, and there's really not much wrong with this at all. It's really in quite good condition. I think there should be a power draw rating on the bottom of it. Yes, there is. It is rated for, it's the model 3700, and it's rated at 2.2 amps. And there's not really a, oh, there is a date on there. It says 19 something something to 90 something else. I can't see what it says. Maybe, oh, it says, I can see it says 98 to 99, and then on the sticker in the bottom here it says new 997. And it also says do not use in a window, which I think is kind of comical because this thing was so clearly intended to be used in a window. You know, a fan with a thermostat really doesn't do much good outside of a window as far as the thermostat's concerned, because a fan just moving air around a room is not going to change the temperature. Anyways, I've never serviced this or had it apart. This is the condition it was in as received, and I will take it apart and clean it and service it eventually, but you know, before I use it. But for now, it's in as found condition, and it's in pretty decent condition too. This is much nicer than a lot of the things that I end up taking in here. Alright, so I'm not going to put the feet on. I don't think that it really needs it. It is a pretty strong fan, and it definitely has the potential to tip back, but I'll hold it. This is probably one of the most powerful plastic blade box fans from the era, because you have the D blade set, which, contrary to what some people think, I think it was a very good blade, and it moved a pretty good velocity of air and with a reasonable noise level. And then you have the circular guard, which is very important for the airflow as far as the aerodynamics are concerned. The circular guard makes a big difference compared to the you know, the conventional one that just runs like that. So anyways, this is really a strong fan. Quite impressive performance. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. We'll start it up on the low. Get a good camera angle here. And here we go. It has a startup sound which is pretty similar to the Lasko 3733 from the late 90s. You know, the pedal blade one, which is what I grew up with. Okay, so we're looking at 0.98 amps, so it draws a lot of power. 85 the watts, and a power factor of 0.71. And very moderate noise level, and it's moving some air. It's got a very steady stream of air coming out of that thing, and it's traveling too. I can feel it clear across the room here. When you're the wind noise yet? I don't think so. If there is, oh well. Power draw is going down to 0.95. So when we turn the thermostat, when it cuts off, there's a neon light that comes on, and you can see now it's off. So the thermostat is the working. I like the way this moves the air compared to the 3733. This is a very, it's a high, you can tell it's a high volume. It's not choppy and gusty and real obnoxious. It's a kind of a calm, consistent flow of air. I think it's great. Okay, now we're going to go up to the medium. There's no, I'm just realizing there's no, unless it wore off, there's no indication of what speed it's on here. Well, here's the second speed. Okay, so this is 1.23 amps, 113 the watts, and a power factor of 0.75. It's a little bit rattly. This screw is coming out, so that could be part of the problem. Where was the, was it? There's some, oh, this is missing the screw here. Missing a screw on the top back, which is where it's rattling. Alright, so we got to get some screws. Oh, I forgot to do the airflow check on the roll. See, as we move back from the fan, it's really carrying very, very steady. Very steady breeze, which I like. I'm not sure if this is quite as powerful as the Weather Shield version of this with the PSC motor that had the pedal blades. And despite the seemingly common opinion about those PSC motors, I think they were really good. And I think they may even have a little bit of an edge over these Marco motors as far as performance goes. For a plastic Fiat. Okay, let's go to the high. It's not really ready to tip over. That's 1.68 amps, 156 watts, and then a power factor of 0.77, which is kind of high for a shaded pole motor. 76, 77. And this is definitely some UltraForce of that air for sure. This is a strong Fiat. It's not that loud either. I think the noise level is very moderate of this. The blade is slightly out of balance, but not majorly. Probably not even enough to warrant an attempt to correct it. Okay, now let's listen to the starting up sounds. It is pretty pronounced with these Marco motors. Here's the high. Okay, now we'll go down to the medium. Seems to be a lot more pronounced on the old 3733 that I have. I think it's most pronounced on this one on the low, which is what we're about to hear right now. Another item of note about this one is that it has a, I don't know if that's I guess it's a little plastic piece there that goes over where the wire passes through. And I believe that there is none of that sticky goop on here. I don't see any of it down here. And the wire is freely moving all the way through here, so I believe that they used, yeah, I can see the wire moving freely. So it looks like they used that little piece of plastic there instead of the sticky goop, which is much better. So there's really a lot of things about this VN that are quite good. And I would say especially from the era of the 90s. This was probably top 3 most powerful box VN available at the time.